Shout out to Marco Petrana, Alfredo Jr., Nova Brown, AMG, Dan Real, and Amada Alcusa for being a part of our channel memberships. Welcome back, Gaming with King family, to another F1 Clash video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pick your power level drivers. You guys probably see me pick drivers sometimes, and you're like, Gaming with King, that driver is not the best driver, based off of our how to pick your best driver video. And yes, they are not when it comes to qualifying potential, but when it comes to power level, they are stronger. Alright, so we're going to be talking about how to pick your power level drivers in this one. Before we jump into the video, remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Also remember to leave a like on this video. Really appreciate those likes. Let's see if we can get this one above 100 likes. Thank you guys so much for your support. Alright, let's jump into it. So first, before we explain the power level drivers, how to look out for your power level drivers, you first need to understand what is your power level. Alright, so your power level is a method that the game used to help in matchmaking to get you a fair match. Alright, so your power level is basically your overall loadout. After all calculation is done, it is your overall loadout. It's basically your overall score. So it includes your setup and your drivers to give you the power level score. Alright, you could go with your power level drivers and fast pit time setup, and that would be good for duels. Or you could go with your power level car and your weakest drivers, and that will still be good for duels because you're offsetting the score. Alright, so in regular picking your best drivers, we look for the qualifying potential stats, which are overtaking, defending, fuel management, and tire management. Alright, so those are the qualifying potential stats for dry qualifying. So drivers with good overtaking, good fuel management, good tire management, and good defending is what you look for when you're picking your best drivers for racing. Alright, so you get the best potential qualifying spots with those drivers. Alright, now for wet races, you look for drivers with overtaking, defending, fuel management, tire management, and wetness ability. But most of the time you just go for the drivers with the best wetness ability, and they'll perform the best in wet qualifiers. Alright, now when you're picking your power level driver, it's a bit different because we normally don't put consistency in there because consistency is used for a random time penalty versus your real time. Alright, so each race you get a different penalty when it comes to that consistency stats. So this is why some races your driver performs great, and the next race your driver does not perform so great. It's because of the bad consistency penalty he got in that race. All right, and because it's random, there is not set to one specific score. So in one race your drivers might do good, in the next race they might not do good. All right, so it's just random when it comes to the consistency penalty. And that is what impacts your drivers the most. All right, so when you're selecting your power level drivers, you want to take an overall consideration of the total scores of your drivers. So when selecting a power level drivers, you're going to be looking for overtaking, defense, consistency, fuel management, tire management, and wetness ability. So you're looking for all stats to be the highest out of all. All right, so when you're looking for a consistency driver, let's say Lewis Hamilton here versus Charles Leclerc, as you can see, his 30 wetness ability kind of overtakes Charles Leclerc 26% tire management right there, and then his 23 consistency just overshot his 7 fuel management. So right here you see that Lewis Hamilton is a stronger power level driver than Charles Leclerc. However, if we're going to look into drivers qualifying potential, then you'll see that Leclerc is a better driver at qualifying potential than Lewis Hamilton. All right, however, the power level is stronger for Hamilton over Leclerc here. All right, so that's a basic example of how to pick your power level drivers. Now when you're doing like your GP events and so on, you want to go with your best power level drivers. If you're using the power level setup. If you're using like a hybrid setup, then you can just go for the best qualifying potential driver, which you'll be looking for those fuel, tire management, defense, and overtaking stats, with a little bit of good consistency in there. Either way, you're gonna get a consistent penalty. If it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. If it's gonna be bad, it's still gonna be bad. It doesn't matter how high his consistency is. However, drivers with a higher consistency tend to get less of a bad consistent penalty. All right. So if you were to get a consistency penalty on, let's say, Charles Leclerc with a 70 consistency here, 7 times out of 10. When you're going with Lewis Hamilton, if you were to get a bad penalty 3 times out of 10 with Leclerc, all right, when you go with Lewis Hamilton, you'll get it like 1 time out of 10, all right, because Lewis Hamilton has a higher level of consistency. All right, so that's basically how the consistency penalty works. It just breaks down the ratio there. But then the power level drivers is the best way to go. You always hear me say that Russell is a great driver, but he does not overtake for me. As you can see, his power level here is even stronger than Charles Leclerc at level 6. As you can see, it's 41 pluses, and the minus is just 39. So his 41 is 2 over Russell's 39 in the pluses there, or is that 34? Yeah, 34. So his pluses is way over Russell minuses there. So Russell is stronger than Leclerc here for the power level. All right. However, as you know, for me, Russell does not perform, so I don't use him any at all. But yeah, you get the drift. All right. So when you are selecting your power level drivers, you select the drivers with the most pluses in all areas. You don't go for overtaking, defense, fuel management, or tire management alone. You go for all areas, even the wetness ability. Even if it's a dry race, the wetness ability is still gonna count when it comes to the power level settings. All right, because what you're trying to do is to find your maximum loadout that you can get in the game. All right, hence why you see some players are getting these nice, super nice qualifiers. Whenever you see me using the power level setup, you see us qualifying top 10. You see us getting 1-3, 1-4, 1-5 qualifiers and stuff like that. All of that is because it's a power level setup and it's a power level drivers. It's your strongest setup that you can use to get the best results possible in events and also in duels. But in duels, you'll be forced to match with rivals with stronger power level than you are, so most of the time you're still gonna lose in duels. All right, so that's basically it for the power level setup, the power level drivers, how to pick your power level drivers. Hopefully this one helped you guys. Use code word power level down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys for all your support, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.